You know that feeling when you've been on your phone for hours and you put it down and feel worse than before you picked it up? Not necessarily tired, but just sort of hollow, like the time passed, but nothing actually happened in it. So it's like your day was full of something, but it just didn't feel like anything. And the usual reaction here would be I scroll too much and I need to use my phone less. But that's actually not the real problem. Hey there, I'm Paolo. I make videos about confidence, good habits, and building the life you want. So, if scrolling isn't the actual problem, what is? Your phone and your real life being a competition for your attention. That's what. And right now, the phone is winning. Not because you are weak or undisciplined, but because it's been built to win, with infinite content, always something new, and algorithms that predict what you want to see. Which is why, whenever you have a free moment, or there's a short pause in your routine, or even during a conversation with a friend, you naturally reach for your phone. But your phone didn't create that problem. It just took advantage of one that was already there. See, when your days feel purposeful, when you have something you're building, some skills you're developing, and some bigger goal that you're actually working towards, those things create a sort of gravity. And they pull your attention towards them and make scrolling feel like a distraction, which it clearly is, from the things you actually want to be doing. And when you don't have that clarity, you feel uncomfortable. You feel like time is passing and you should be doing something with it, but you don't know exactly what. And it just so happens that your phone is really good at making that feeling disappear. Not by solving it, but by replacing it with something that's stimulating enough that you forget about the discomfort, at least temporarily. So that's what scrolling is really feeling, not just your idle time, but your lack of direction in your life. That's also why the usual solutions like set limits, delete apps, and put your phone somewhere else often fail. Not because they're useless, they do work. But still, how can I say this? Our phones are designed specifically so that we can't out discipline them. So, if you really want to solve this problem for good, you need to build a life where you're not resisting scrolling, but rather you don't find it interesting anymore. When I look back, I didn't really quit scrolling, I just stopped having time for it. See, I used to have so many things like learning to play piano, reading more books, or building an online business that I kept putting off until one day. And because I wasn't filling this gap between what I wanted to do and what I was actually doing, which was not much, my phone naturally became my go to solution. But when I finally started doing the things I actually wanted, my phone just slowly faded into the background because it just didn't fit my life anymore. It wasn't helping me make progress on anything I really wanted. Now, let's be clear about one thing before you go. We said that scrolling isn't the problem, but the symptom, right? This means that the main goal isn't just to scroll less, it's to stop filling your time with things that distract you from the real important stuff. Because if you only swap Instagram or TikTok for Netflix, you just jumped from one screen to another. You are not really solving the problem. What you need is to spend time on things you actually want to pursue. And how do you figure out what those things are? Well, I actually have made a video on the topic and also a free guide which you can find in the description. But the easiest way to start is to pay attention to all those things that you keep telling yourself you'll get to one day, like learning a new language, starting a side hustle, or finding love. Those are your signposts. So pick one to start with and set time aside for it. What you're likely going to notice after a while is that maybe you're not necessarily more self disciplined or have more willpower, but that your phone's gravitational pull has started to become weaker and weaker. Not because the phone itself isn't addictive anymore, but because now your life has something more interesting and more important worthy of your attention. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out the video I mentioned earlier and also the guide which you can find below this video. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!